ever notice that when you're watching a movie or when you're writing an exam, the time flies by? And even though the exam lasts for 2 or 3 hours and the movie lasts more than 2 hours, it feels like we've been there only for a few minutes or seconds. But when we want to concentrate on an important task and we have to finish it, but we can't get ourselves to concentrate for a few hours at a stretch. Why does this happen to us? When was the last time you concentrated on a specific task for a few hours and got it done without getting distracted? That is the problem of our generation, distractions. We are surrounded by distractions everywhere. The constant buzzing of our phones, our constant need to check our emails, our messages, or our constant urge to scroll on social media. All these distractions are what make it difficult for us to concentrate for a couple of hours and do productive work. So in this video, we're going to see how we can overcome these distractions and actually focus on work that matters to us and create an impact in the world. Hi guys, my name is Priya and welcome back to my channel. Our generation is famous for multitasking, for looking busy all the time. But looking busy and doing multiple things at a time may not be the most productive way to live your life, because looking busy and actually being productive are two entirely different things. In fact, all these distractions, checking our phones constantly when we are working, or the urge to immediately respond to every ping on our phone, is maybe what is keeping us mediocre in everything that we do. So what is the solution to all this? What is the answer to all this? The solution is simple. We need to do deep work which creates impact in the world. So everything that we do in our life, like most of the things we do every day, do not require a lot of effort or focus, or you don't even need to think hard to do those things every day, like waking up in the morning, getting your breakfast, walking, or traveling to work or uni. All these don't need a lot of thought or a lot of effort. So all this is shallow work. But when we need to focus on something really important, like concentrating on studying for your exams, or to finish a task like finish writing a book, or solving an issue at work, or actually practicing your vocal skills or your music, all this needs a lot of concentration. And when we actually need to do this kind of work, we don't know how to concentrate because we are surrounded by all these distractions every single minute of the day. And that is when deep work comes to our rescue. We all have lost our ability to focus for long periods of time without getting distracted by the phones or emails or the social media. But when we work out a way to focus and without getting distracted, we can actually get results which have great value and meaning, and the results which will make impact and those which will make us proud. So our quality of life actually depends on what we choose to focus on and what we choose to ignore. So in this book, The Deep Work, the author Cal Newport suggests that when we do deep work, our cognitive skills improve and we can focus better on tasks which are really important and meaningful to us. Studies have suggested that more than 70% of Americans are on social media daily, and we are all not exempt too. Even I'm as guilty as you are. But when we set a goal to using these social media platforms, either to learn a new skill or putting in the work to actually improve our life, and thinking along the lines of what value is it adding to me when I spend time on social media, when we adopt this kind of thinking, we can improve our productivity, stop scrolling away our lives on our smartphones. I'm not saying we have to completely avoid social media, because in this time and age, it is impossible to do that. But if we can schedule a time to do the scrolling, that can be very beneficial to us and it can increase our productivity. So taking distraction breaks all through the day after you have done a few hours of work, maybe after an hour or two of actual work you've done. If you take a break of 15 to 20 minutes for distracting yourself through social media or checking your emails or checking your phone, this can be a great way to increase your productivity throughout the day and isolate the time you're spending on social media and use the rest of the time to focus on your work. And when we use willpower or motivation to do the deep work, it eventually fades away because willpower and motivation are short lived. So, we need to have routines in place and develop habits and make them a part of our autopilot mode to set aside the time for deep work. And this can help us to develop and retain the state of concentration for the time that is needed to complete those important tasks. And we don't have to be productive for 8 hours a day every day of the week, but if we can concentrate for a few hours on high value tasks which give meaning to our lives, this can increase our productivity and this can improve our life. So it is extremely crucial to ask some important questions when you want to do the deep work. When are you going to do the deep work? What are the conditions going to be? Like, are we going to switch off our phones, or are we going to mute all our devices when we are doing the deep work? Are we going to eat during the deep work? Are we going to stay alone and do it, or are we going to do it with somebody else? Having a clarity about all this will make it easier to do the deep work. But like any other task or any other habit, it is difficult to start big. So always start small and increase the time of deep work that you do. So according to this book, The Deep Work, the author suggests that an average person can do a deep work for a maximum of 4 hours. So start small with a half an hour or 1 hour and then gradually increase the time to the maximum hours you can do deep work for. And when we start small and extend the time depending upon our capacity, this will improve our productivity. But whatever the time we set aside for deep work, we have to use it to do meaningful work and use it effectively to do something that actually matters to us and has a meaning to us. When we create time for deep work and work towards meaningful goals, we can create lasting impact in this world of distraction. So I hope this video gave you some tips on how you can concentrate for a few hours on important tasks even though there are a lot of distractions, and do work that matters most to you and create an impact in the world. I'll see you in another interesting and helpful video. Until then, take care.